Hi everyone. This is my first YouTube video. I'm not very good at it. I'm quite the beginner, but hopefully over time I'll get a little better at it. The name of my channel is Cheap Bastard. I like to think of myself as thrifty, so I'm going to try to show you some ways you can do things for really cheap, way less than you would any other way, and you'll get some satisfaction of being able to do it yourself. I've done a lot of things myself. I don't have any experience in plumbing, electrical, mechanical, anything like that. I'm just a regular guy. I used to be in the insurance world, but I just hate to pay somebody for something that I can do myself. I'm pretty capable, and most people out there are really quite capable as well. So I'll try to show you some ways to do things and step by step how to do some of my projects. I will give you a little example of some of the things I've done, and I've got some things coming up that should be pretty interesting. I'm going to build a aquarium light. I just bought an aquarium for like 25 bucks, a used one, and I'm going to build this really cool LED multicolor remote controlled light for it, and it's going to be less than 20 bucks. So something like that would probably cost you 80 or 100 bucks or whatever, but I can do it pretty cheap. The other thing that I'm working on is I bought a Segway for like 100 bucks. Some guy had it. He couldn't figure out how to get it to work. It doesn't work. It doesn't power up. So I'm going to see if I can get that thing working. So that's something else I'm working on. I'm always looking for ways to make a couple bucks. I can buy something that's not working really well and then turn it into something that works really well and sell it and make a few dollars. So I hope you join me on this journey and follow along with some of my projects, as crazy as they may be, and we'll see what happens. Thanks. I'll show you one of the projects I've done in the past. This is a koi pond with a waterfall, and I built this with a little bit of assistance from my brother on the manual labor and some design input from my wife. We have grapevines up top, and we have this is all solid stone. There's no fake rocks in it at all. We've got a main circulation pump down here, and there's some of my koi fish and the babies. We are raising the babies, and then we'll end up selling them. And this is a filtration system I put in. There's the input pump, and I built this all myself from scratch. I put the piping up here, and it goes down the side here. And then this is a 55-gallon plastic drum that I got for 20 bucks. And then I put the input on the bottom. As you can see, it goes in the bottom. The output goes at the top. And then on the inside, it looks like this. This is the output for when I back flush it, which I do about once a month. This has got all kinds of rock in it, starting with at the very bottom it's bigger rock, and then it gets to be the smaller pebbles here, and then I use these little balls to collect the algae. So it seems to work really well at filtrating the water, and that is my koi pond. I don't really have any experience at all as far as plumbing or anything goes. I just kind of look things up and figure it out, and then go for it. So feel free to follow me on future ideas that I have. Okay, I'll show you another thing that I'm working on. I get these little batteries here They're called 18650 batteries. And basically, I get them from these laptop battery packs. Over here, as you can see, I've got probably 100 of them there. But I buy them for like $1 a piece. Each one has 6 to 8 of them. So I built a charging unit for lithium-ion batteries. And basically, I soldered each of these little circuit boards onto these single battery holders and then made a little thing for it. I did this in my first generation here. And when they're fully charged, they turn green. And then I bring them over here to my testers. These units here test the capacity of the battery to see how much they can hold in milliamp hours. And then once I get them, anything over 2200 amp hours goes into this pack. I build these little packs. I'm going to build battery banks out of them. And then I rate them here. These are 2100, 2000 milliamp hour, 19, 18, and 17 milliamp hour. Here's where I bulk store them. These are my 2100s, my 2000s, my 1900, 1800, and 1700. So I'm basically going to try to build a battery bank for my RV, which will be all lithium ion. This is also something I built out of a old computer that my brother had. He was throwing away, and I took the charge, I don't know what they call that thing, charge controller or something, and I basically took it out, hooked it all together so that I can have these little 5.5 volt or 5 volt energy supplies for these battery chargers. I also have 12 volt here, and 3 volts, so a 3 volt, 5 volt, and 7 volt depending on which wires you use. I really don't know anything about electronics or anything about soldering or anything about putting any of this stuff together. I just go online, watch a few things, and put it all together. So I'm going to start doing some other projects, and I'll let you guys watch me build them, and you can follow me if you like and see how I do things on the super cheap, because these things cost me, the whole thing all together was probably under $10 to build that, and that would be a $30 or $40 battery charger. So that's kind of what I've been up to. I built this little fan for my soldering. Built that from some parts that I put together. So these are just little things I do, and I'll show you how I built them as I go. Talk to you later. Bye, everyone.